Hey there, we're getting into multi-digit addition, and you're going to use all of the strategies that you've learned from the place value chart, the 10 times rule, the patterns of the periods, ones, tens, hundreds, and regrouping from the place value chart to fluently add these numbers. And it says to use the standard addition algorithm, which means pretty much old school. So just straight adding. So an algorithm is a method used to do something. So the standard addition algorithm is just adding numbers, straight up adding. You can use your fingers, you can tap, you can make tally marks. Whatever helps you to add is fine. But I think the key word here is fluently. And that doesn't mean speed, and that doesn't mean being timed. That just means it doesn't take you 20 minutes to add 5 numbers. So fluently just means that you have a strategy that helps you to add in an efficient way so that it doesn't take forever. So yes, use your fingers, tap, make tally marks, use a place value chart. Whatever you tool or strategy helps you to add fluently is the best thing for you. The more that you do it, the better you get. If you think of anything in life that you do, if you play a sport, you have to practice to get better, and it takes a while. Sometimes it takes years. But adding, you have had practice in years past, and we're going to have a lot of practice in 4th grade, and you will become more fluent with it. So if it's taking you a while, give yourself a break, and you're going to be okay, and you're going to get there. Okay, and we're all going to have word problems at the end. So as we know, our homework begins with some basic foundational skills, and then it gets a little trickier and more challenging. So do what you can do. Okay. So for our first problem, 9 plus 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13. But we know we can't have 13 in the ones place, so we have to regroup 10 into the tens place. And in Eureka Math, or not everyday math, in Eureka Math, in traditional addition, you would regroup up on the top. But in Eureka Math, they have you regroup at the bottom so you don't forget. And it's tricky on the computer because it's hard to see the 1 there. But when you're setting up your problems, it'll make more sense. Because sometimes up at the top it can get tricky. It's easier on the bottom. And it does make sense. As you go through the program, it does make sense. And when we have more challenging problems with larger numbers or even decimals, this strategy really does make sense. So then we have 4 plus 1 is 5, 9 plus 0 is 9, and 7 plus 1 is 8. Let's move on. 9 plus 0 is 9, 0 plus 4 is 4, 9 plus 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we know we can't have 16 hundreds. So 10 of them need to be regrouped into the 10 thousands, or to the thousands, excuse me. And we have our 1 here. So, look, we have 9 plus 7 again. So this is a good time to talk about, this is a strategy. Oh, wait, we just did 9 plus 7, 7 plus 9. It's the same thing, 16. Plus 1 is 17. And here's our 1. Because we can't have 17 thousands, 10 need to be grouped into the 10 thousands. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's what they mean about place value understanding, because we did this with regrouping. When we had 12 tens, 2 could stay in the tens, but the 10 moved into the thousands. Okay? So 9 plus 9 is 18. We can't have 18 ones, so 10 get regrouped into the tens, and that's our 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 9, up again. 9 plus 9, you just did that, which was 18, so here we have it again. 9 plus 9 is 18. And we can't have 18 hundreds, so we keep 8 and we regroup 10 of them into the thousands place. 7 plus 2 is 9 and 1 is 10. We can't have 10 thousands, so instead We take that 10 and we move it to the 10,000s. 2 plus 4, 6, and 1 is 7, and 8 plus nothing is 8. So 870,898. 5 plus 5 is 10. Well, we can't have 10 ones, but we can have a 10, which is that 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 8 is 10. We can't have 10 hundreds, but we can have a 1,000. 9 plus 1 is 10, and 1 is 11. We have to regroup that 10 into the 10,000s. 8 plus 1 is 9, and 1 is 10. Oh, I don't have my 1 over there. 2 plus 1 is 3. And we're just going to keep moving on. 2 plus 9 is 11, so we can keep 1 and move 10, regroup a 10 into the 10s. 8 plus 4 is 12, and 1 is 13. So we can't have 13 tens. We keep a 3, and we regroup the 10s into the hundreds place. 9 plus 8 plus 1 is 18. Keep 8 here and regroup that set of 10 into the thousands place. 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 1 is 12. Can't have 12 hundreds. Thousands, we can keep 2 and we regroup that 10 into the 10,000s. 4 plus 1 is 5 and 1 is 6. And 5 plus 1 is 6. 3 plus 7 is 10. We can't have 10 ones, but we can have a 10. 8 plus 9 is 17 and 1 is 18. So we keep the 8 and regroup the 1. Oh, look, 9 plus 8. We just had 8 plus 9, so now we have 9 plus 8. So you need to hold on to that. 9 plus 8 is 17 and 1 is 18. We can't have 18 hundreds. Can keep the 8 and regroup the 10 into the thousands. 8 plus 1 is 9 and 1 is 10. Oh, we can regroup all of those into the 10,000s. 5 plus 2 is 7 and 1 is 8. And 2 plus 1 is 3. 6 plus 8 is 14. We can't have 14 ones. We can keep 4 and regroup that 10 into the tens. 1 plus nothing is 1. 9 plus 8, we just had that on the other question, was 17. Can keep the 7, but that set of 10 moves into the thousands place. 3 plus 5 is 8, and 1 is 9. And 8 plus 3 is 11. 9 plus 9. We should know our doubles. It's 18. We can keep the 8. We take that set of 10 and move it into the tens place. 9 plus 4 is 13, and 1 is 14. Can keep the 4, take that group of 10, and regroup it into the hundreds place. 9 plus 8. We've had that quite a lot, haven't we? 17 plus 1 is 18. Keep the 8, regroup the 10 into the thousands. 9 plus 1 is 10, and 1 is 11. Can keep 1 and regroup that set of 10 into the 10,000s. 8 plus 9. We had that again. 8 plus 9 is 17, and 1 is 18. And I didn't put the 1 there again. 2 plus 1 is 3. Ooh, this is a nice one. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 plus 1 is 10. We can't have 10 hundreds, but we can regroup that 10 and make it 1,000. 4 plus 5 is 10. What am I saying? 4 plus 5 is 9, and 1 is 10. Can't have 10,000s, but we can have 1 10,000. 5 plus 4 is 9, and 1 is 10. We can't have 10 10,000s, but we can have a 100,000. 7 plus 2 is 9, and 1 is 10. Ooh, look, we have 1,000,000. That's fabulous. I love tape diagrams. This is another strategy that we're learning. The place value chart, number bonds, the vertical number line. And now we have tape diagrams, and you can solve anything with a tape diagram. I love them. I love drawing them. I love coming up with different variables. It's just fabulous. And I hope you enjoy them too, because they are easy to draw, and it really visualizes what's going on in a word problem. So it's very, very helpful. So we're going to the zoo. And Brooke went to the zoo and she learned that one of the rhinos weighs 4,897 pounds. One of the giraffes weighs 2,667 pounds. And one of the African elephants weighs 12,456 pounds. And one of the Komodo dragons weighs 123 pounds. So, if you've never seen a Komodo dragon, you might want to Google it. Or we could do it in class. We can see what a Komodo dragon looks like. So what is the combined weight? We're combining, we're putting together the weight of the African elephant and the giraffe. Now, looking at this, I probably should have labeled, and maybe I'll do this now, if I can do this quickly. Right. Copy. What is this? This is going to be 12,456. That is at the African elephant. Whoops. We'll make that a little smaller. Doesn't have to be 27. Goodness gracious, not large. Okay, African elephant. And what's over here? The African elephant, is this a giraffe? G. Okay, just so we know what we're adding. The African elephant and the giraffe. So we have their two weights, and this is their combined. I chose C. A lot of people choose A, but I think I like C for the combined weight. It could be CW for combined weight. So we have both of these here, and together they make the combined weight. So now we're going to actually add them. So 6 plus 7 is 13, and we can't have 13 ones, so we keep the 3 and we regroup the 10 into the tens place. 5 plus 6 is 11, and 1 is 12. We can't have 12 tens. We can keep 2 and regroup that set of 10 into the hundreds place. 4 plus 6 is 10, and 1 is 11. Can't have 11 100s. We can keep 1, but we have to take that group of 10 and put it into the thousands. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 1 is 5, and 1. So the combined weight of the African elephant and the giraffe is 15,123 pounds. Because you do have to answer the question. What is the combined weight? We have to say what it is. So we do all this work. We certainly have to answer the question. Okay, we're going to move on. So now we have what is the combined weight of the African elephant and the rhino. So again, we make our two sections of the tape diagram. It looks like a piece of tape, I guess, sections of tape, and their combined weight. Now, again, we don't have to make it C because that could be tricky because our other variable was C. It's up to you. I like C for combined weight, but it could be W for weight. It could be A. It could be T. It could be R. It could be anything. Your variable is just what you want to find out. So if we add those two weights, we have 6 plus 7 is 13. Keep the 3, regroup the 10 into the tens place. 5 plus 9 is 14, and 1 is 15. Keep the 5, and we take that group of 10 and put it in, regroup it into the hundreds place. 4 plus 8 is 12, and 1 is 13. Keep the 3 and take that set of 10, regroup it into the thousands place. 2 plus 4 is 6, and 1 is 7. So the combined weight of the African elephant and the rhino is 17,353 pounds. Ooh, heavy. Ooh, we have 3 in our tape diagram now. 3 sections. We have the African elephant, the rhino, and the giraffe. And it's a little tricky. What's most important here to recognize is that the African elephant goes to the 10,000s place, but the rhino and the giraffe only goes to the thousands place. So when you're lining up your numbers, you have to make sure that the ones place lines up, the tens place lines up, the hundreds, and the thousands. Because if they don't line up, your answer will not be correct. And that's a silly reason to get an answer wrong. So it's a little trickier adding 3 numbers. So sometimes you have to use a strategy. What I did was, well, I know 7 plus 7 is 14. And 14 plus 6 is 20. Ooh, 20? We can't have 21s, but we can have 2 10s. Let's see. I know. Let's see. What could we do here? Well, 5 plus 6 is 11. 12, 13. That doesn't really help, does it? Well, I know 9 plus 6 is 15. Plus 5 is 20. Plus 2 is 22. So we can keep the 2 here and move the 20 and have 2 hundreds. Let's see. Well, 6 plus 2 is 8, and 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. Ooh. So that would give us 2 thousands. 2, 4, 6 plus 4 is 10. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So the combined weight of the African elephant, that should be a comma, the rhino, and the giraffe is 20,020 pounds. And I think this is our last one. The combined weight of the Komodo dragon and the rhino. So 7 plus 3 is 10. We can't have 10 ones, but we can have 1 10. 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 1. 9 plus 2, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did this wrong. What happened? My answer's wrong. 4,897 and 123. 7 plus 3 is 10. 9, 10, 11, 12. This should be a 2, huh? Down here. 12. So keep the 2 and regroup the 1. 8, 9, 10. And 4 plus 1 is 5. So it's actually 5,020 pounds. And again, because this has happened on a few homeworks where I've had some errors, it's good to double check your work and to really take your time, because obviously when I was doing this, and it's hard when I'm typing it, I have to say, to also add and to type at the same time. But this is fun. And it was interesting finding out the weights of the different animals. I would think that the Komodo dragon would be heavier than that, but I guess not. So until next time, when we do a little more addition. Okay? Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.